Hi everyone, it's Dom from the MS Guide. I'm joined by somebody really interesting today and a little bit different. It's Dr. Ben Jacobs, and he's doing an incredible study into genetics and MS, and we're going to talk about that, and we're going to start that right now. Hi Ben, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Tom. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Ben, can you just, your level of expertise, this is something I know nothing about. Can you tell us about it?
Oh, it's very flattering. I don't think my level of expertise is much higher than yours, but we don't really know much about how genes influence multiple sclerosis risk. So we are running a study to understand if the changes in DNA that make you more or less susceptible to multiple sclerosis, if those are the same across different ancestral backgrounds. Right. What we do know is we have a very big map, and we know lots of sites across the genome that influence your risk of getting MS. And that information has all been obtained through really amazing international studies of people from European ancestry. But beyond that, we haven't really worked out the next step. So actually, the vast majority of those sites in your DNA, in the genome, we don't know what the individual change in the DNA is that actually causes MS. We don't know what most of those genes are doing. And at best, we have a pretty hazy picture. The other thing that we really don't understand is whether that same genetic map is applicable to people from other ancestral backgrounds. So people of South Asian ancestry, people of African ancestry, Caribbean ancestry. We just don't know if that same genetic map applies. And so what we're trying to do is, obviously in our day-to-day practice, we see people from all kinds of ancestral backgrounds working in London. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to recruit people from different ancestral backgrounds, mainly South Asian and Afro-Caribbean backgrounds. And we're asking whether the changes in DNA that predispose you to getting MS, whether those are the same changes in those ancestral backgrounds compared to the big studies that have been done in Europeans. That's the headline.
Right. And so you're specifically for your study, you need to recruit people of African American, Afro-Caribbean, Asian backgrounds, so that because frankly, I know from my work on the MS Register, these populations are massively underrepresented in MS research. So it's really hard to design the drugs, the services, and gain the understanding because they're underrepresented.
Exactly. Is there anyone who identifies as not white British on the census? We would love to hear from you and love if you'd like to participate in the study.
It's about you, and if you know anyone or if you do fall into one of the categories, but this is really important to give the best care to the widest range of patients.
Exactly. And it's an elephant in the room that we have to acknowledge that not enough research has been done in general, looking at how MS differs between different populations. And in particular, not enough research has been done looking at the genetic aspects.
But so this is fascinating stuff. And I mean, we agreed to talk because it's about publicizing the study. It's about getting it out there. It's about getting people to sign up. Now, some important things. Is this all online? How does it work?
Yeah, good question. So at the moment, everyone is signing up online. Mm-hmm. There are going to be two ways that you can sign up. So one is purely online. You go through the website, do everything on there, and then we send you the saliva kit in the post. The other route is doing it in person. So we've got a few sites across the UK and across London where we're allowed to talk to people in clinic who are just coming for their normal MS appointments, see if they'd be interested. And if they are interested, we can recruit people on the spot. So we can go through the consent form, we can go through the questionnaire, and we can do the saliva sample there and then.
And you were saying to me that this is moving out of London. This isn't just a London only thing, is it? It's UK wide, or it's becoming that way, yeah?
Exactly, and I think that's really important. And we talked about underrepresented populations, but in general, people living outside of London are an underrepresented population in some respects.
Like me.
So, so we've got a few sites across London. So we've got the Royal London, we've got King's, we're going to add Lewisham soon, UCL, Romford, and then outside of London, we've got Leeds, Nottingham, hopefully Leicester, Birmingham as well. So we're focusing on the major cities for now,
Yeah.
because we know that cities are where the most mixed and diverse populations live, and we're also focusing on areas where there are amazing MS centres that we already have relationships with. I mean, there are amazing MS centres across the country, but we kind of focus on the people that we already kind of have worked with and have a relationship.
So I've got to say, I'll put everything in. I'll put all the links in the description to the video so that you can find this out. I will also put the links because it's called the Adam study. Is that correct?
It is. That's right.
And what does that stand for? Because it's not a man called Adam, I take it.
No. Well, it's a slightly long acronym. This is the problem with studies. You always have to come up with a catchy acronym. So it's a genetic association study in individuals of diverse ancestral backgrounds with multiple sclerosis.
Right. Okay. And I think it's important. This is so serious. You're being funded by the MS Society, is it the Medical Research Council?
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
they have a scheme. Yeah, exactly. So MRC and the MS Society have an agreement, so they kind of co-fund it, and then Bart's charity gave us a really nice amount to kind of get things kick-started right at the beginning.
But this is what I'm trying to say, Ben. This is a big thing. This is not you deciding that you want to do a little project that Ben's doing. This is serious stuff. And it's just so key. If you want to be represented, you've got to take part in this. And this might be a tougher question. WIFM, what's in it for me? So apart from me knowing that I'm doing something good if I take part in the study, do participants get any sort of feedback? Something useful to them?
Yeah, good question. People are not going to get stuff directly back for them. So when we scan people's genomes, we're looking for MS risk variants. If we find anything really nasty by accident, we don't anticipate to find, this kind of thing is really rare, but if we do find anything really nasty that you need to know about, we'll tell people. And that's really important. And that's kind of the norm now in genetic studies.
Is it? I had no idea. So you will actually ring somebody up and go, not the best news of the day, but you were taking part, and we thought we'd share something with you that we felt that you would you would like to hear about.
Exactly. So this is becoming more of a problem because our technology for measuring the letters in DNA is getting better and better. We can measure more and more letters, and the more letters you look at, the more stuff you might find. And we know now that when you do this kind of study, you do sometimes pick up the occasional quite serious genetic disease that might not have manifested yet. So this is stuff totally unrelated to MS that we might just find by accident. So we think it's our moral duty to reveal that back to participants if we do find anything like that. The other thing I was going to say, Dom, is that we're also going to feed back the overall results from the study. So at the end, after a couple of years, we hope to find some really cool stuff. And in particular, we hope to find interesting similarities and some interesting differences as well between MS genetic risk in these different ancestral groups. And so we'll feed that back in general. We're going to publish everything. We're going to write blogs, do this kind of thing along the way. And that's another great thing with the steering group, is that they can help us make sure that we're communicating our findings back in the right way, because that's incredibly important.
How many people are you looking to recruit? What's an ideal number?
The ambitious limit is 1,000 is what we're aiming for, roughly equal proportions of African and South Asian ancestry. At the moment, we're at 40 so far, which is brilliant. So we've been recruiting for basically about 10 days now, and we're at 40, which is amazing. Clearly, there's a long way to go, but it's an amazing start, and really grateful to the people who signed up already.
Sure. And how long does this all run for?
So the initial study period is 3 years. Right. The actual stuff that you do as a participant is really quick. So sign up on the website, do the saliva kit. That'll be done, within a few weeks.
That's the sum total of your involvement. Is you sign up, you get sent a saliva kit. They, essentially you spit in a tube, for want of a better explanation, and then you guys get to analyze it. Lucky you. And then, But that's it. So this is not a huge effort. You don't have to travel back and forth. You don't have to do this. You can just help out once. Bosh, you've done, and you've helped a lot of people, hopefully.
Exactly. And you can do it all from the comfort of your own home. What we are asking people is if we can link with your medical records, just to get some other information in about MRI and how bad your disease has been, what treatments you've had, but also that's totally optional. So if you don't want to do that and you don't want to ever hear from us again, you can just click that box in the beginning and you won't hear from me ever again.
Hey, Ben, I appreciate, that's nice and simple, really, in a nutshell. volunteer, get sent a kit. That's it. You can add more if you want to. I mean, it's a bit like the MS registry. You can do it yourself, or you can link it to your medical records, but you're the one that's in control, nobody else. So
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's click, spit. That's it.
click, spit. That's it. That should be the logo.
That should be.
Hey, Ben, thanks so much for coming on the guide. And I look forward to welcoming you back to discuss where you are and what's happening with this.
Amazing. Well, thanks for having me, Dom. Real pleasure, and hope to be back soon.
You will. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.